Okay, so we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. A, b, c can be any number. You only need a is not equals to 0. If a equals to 0, then it's not a quadratic. It's a linear. So first thing you want a not equals to 0, and a, b, c can be any other number. B and c can be 0. Second, let's solve it by using the letter a, b, c. We are not having specific numbers, like we just have a, b, c represent numbers. So we want to complete square first. Definitely we can't using cross multiplication, so we're trying to complete square. So in order to complete square, we need to take a out first. We have x squared plus b over ax plus c over a equals to 0. And we can divide a on both sides. Divide a on both sides, we basically just solve for that. And we want to complete square for this thing. We want to complete square for this thing. For this, okay, for this. So how we can complete square for that? Okay, we have the first term, we have the second term, we have half of the middle term. Okay, b over a, half of it is b over 2a. So I will plus b over 2a squared. I will subtract half of that term squared. Okay, b over a times a half, that's b over 2a. And then I will plus c over a equals to 0. Okay, the first 3 terms, the last 2 terms, we have that, the sign, and the number. Just complete square. So we have x plus b over 2a squared. Let's see what happens to the constant. Okay, that's minus b squared over 4a squared plus, okay, I plus what? Plus 4a squared. I times 4a under the bottom, and I have 4ac here, right? That equals to 0. Same denominator. If I put a bracket here, that plus sign will become a minus sign, right? That plus sign will become minus sign. I combine them. I want to subtract them. I want to combine the constant together, make it into one fraction, not into 2 fractions. Because it's minus plus, so if you put a bracket, you have a minus sign there. Okay, so the next thing will be x plus b over 2a squared minus, okay, you subtract the top, b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared equals to 0. Okay, I want a squared minus b squared. I want to factorize it. I want a squared minus b squared. So I can have x plus b over 2a. That's already in the square form. Subtract square root of b squared minus 4ac. As square root that number over. Okay, square root the bottom. I have 2a squared. Well, you square this number will give you that number, right? Square that will be that. So that's still equivalent. Because I want to make a squared minus b squared form, I want to make a squared minus b squared form. And that equals to 0. Therefore, I will have x plus b over 2a plus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a times x plus b over 2a minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a equals to 0. A plus b, a minus b, right? So that plus that and that minus that. The 2 box subtract and the 2 box plus. Add. Okay, so it's either the first bracket to be 0 or the second bracket to be 0. Right? It's either the first bracket to be 0 or the second bracket to be 0. So okay, it's either that equals to 0 or the other equals to 0. So what do x equals to? X equals to minus b over 2a minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Or x equals to minus b over 2a plus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So overall, I can write x equals to minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, the denominator is the same, 2a and 2a. You have minus b minus that, minus b plus that. So it's minus b plus minus the square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Is that correct? Agree? Well, what I'm doing is using ABC values to complete square. Okay, using letters instead of numbers. It's called literature equation. Okay, we use letters instead of numbers. And I have complete square and I have factorized and I can just find the value. But there are some restrictions on this expression. What do you think the expression could be? Well, something could go wrong. ABC can't take any value you like. Square root. What's the restriction on square root? What number you can put under square root? You can't put negative. You can't put negative under square root. But b squared minus 4ac could be negative. Right? If ac are too big and b is too small, like 1 squared minus 4 times 2 times 5, is possible. So this time, you will have a negative number under the square root. That will be the no solution case. Well, your equation has make a negative number under the square root, therefore you will have no solutions. So after you finish this, okay, that's the proof step. You don't really need to know the proof step. I'm just trying to show you why that worked. Well, I'm not really asking you to prove this for me. That's where it comes from and why it's true. Well, it's good to know that. Well, it's good to know that in year 11, you definitely need to know like how to prove by this, and definitely need to know how to work on something not involving numbers, only have letters inside. Okay, so let's just observe that the only thing you need to remember is this formula. If I ask you to solve, ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, you can let me know that x equals to minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. That is something you need to remember. Won't give to you, okay? Won't give to you. This formula won't give to you. You need to memorize that. Okay. let's have a think. As I said, there are 3 cases. First case will be 2 solutions. Second case will be 1 solution only. The third case will be no solution. So how can we know there are 2 solutions or 1 solution or no solutions by using this formula? You don't want to complete square again and to tell me, okay, no solutions, and then come back to use this formula. This formula can directly tell you which case are this. Okay, which case are this? Okay, what do you think is the most important term in this expression? What do you think is the key thing? Like minus b can always have minus b. Over 2a can always have over 2a. Well, plus minus a number, right? Plus minus a number. So that gives you 2 solutions, 1 plus, 1 minus. So what is the thing you're trying to plus or minus? The important thing is b squared minus 4ac. How large is b squared minus 4ac? Depends how, like, will decide how many solutions are there. Okay, let's say we call this triangle discriminant. That's a decide whether how many solutions are there or whether there will be solution or not. This discriminant will be b squared minus 4ac. That's more like a determinant, like it will determine whether there will be solution or not. So b squared minus 4ac is very important. Okay, if b squared minus 4ac greater than 0, more than 0, you definitely can find the square root of a positive number. And you plus that number and you subtract that number will give you 2 different solutions. That is greater than 0. You will have 2 solutions when discriminant greater than 0. In other words, it's b squared minus 4ac greater than 0. When you will have 1 solution, is discriminant equals to 0. Square root of 0 will still be 0. Plus minus 0 will still be the same number. Okay, plus a 0 or subtract the 0 will be the same number. So that will become minus b plus minus square root 0 over 2a. So the only solution will be minus b over 2a. The only solution will be minus b over 2a. So you have only 1 solution here. When it has no solution, is discriminant less than 0. If it's less than 0, well, I don't have solutions because it's undefined. Square root of -4 is undefined. I can't find the solution out. So no solution case will be discriminant less than 0. Very, very, very important for that. Very, very, very important for that. You need to know how many times you will have 2 solutions. You need to know how many cases you will have 1 solution. You need to know how many cases you have no solutions. Very important. Okay. Let's have a look at the solution here. Let's have a look at the question here. I'm trying to solve for this. Okay, what a equals to? What's ABC values? 2. B, -2. C, -3. Okay. First thing you need to do is test whether there will be 1 solution, 2 solutions, or no solutions. So I will find discriminant. Discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. What that equals to? That equals to minus 2 squared minus 4 times 2 times minus 3. That's 4 plus 24. That gives you 28. Okay, discriminant greater than 0. will give you two solutions. Okay, so what's the formula? The formula is x equals to minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. That's the formula. So x will equals to minus b is 2 plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac is discriminant, that's 28 over 2a. 2a is 4. 2a is 4. Okay, what's 28? 4 times 7. So 2 plus minus 2 root 7, right? 4 times 7, take out of square root, 4 is 2. Root 4 is 2. So 2 root 7 over 4. And I can keep factorize it. I can have 2 on the top. So it's 1 plus minus square root 7 over 4. Take a common factor 2 on the top. So it can be cancelled. That's 1, that's 2. So x equals to 1 plus minus root 7 over 2. Basically, divide 2 on both top and bottom for every single term. Divide 2 on every single term. So how many solutions are there? 2. Are they rational solutions or irrational solutions? Irrational solutions. So I have 2 irrational solutions. Okay, what can decide whether it's a rational or irrational solution? The third. Okay, the third. So can you let me know in which case you will have rational solutions? For 16 square numbers. Okay, that's square numbers. So you will add a line here at the top. So in the 2 solution place, you will say, okay, if the discriminant is square number, well, square number is 1, 4, 16, 9, 25, 64, those numbers, if they are square numbers. Or even 4 on 9, 4 on 9 is fine, 16 on 9, like those numbers, will have rational number, rational solution. If not, irrational. So if it's not square numbers, then irrational solutions. So the third depends whether it is a rational or irrational number. So if you have a discriminant is just square number, then you can get rid of the square root and you will have rational solutions. Otherwise, you have irrational solutions. All right. Next one. Next one, you have -2 on right hand side, which I'm not satisfied with. You will move that +2 to the side, and that equals to 0. So what A equals to? B, -1, C is 2. All right. So I will check my discriminant first to see if there will be 1 solution, 2 solutions, or no solutions. That equals to b squared minus 4ac. That equals to minus 1 squared minus 4 times 3 times 2. 1 minus 24. That equals to minus 23. Will there be solution or not, or how many solutions are there? No solutions. Because discriminant less than 0. So square root of discriminant does not exist. So no solution. No solution for this question. Okay, we have 3x here. I forgot to type the x. We have 3x. 3x. Well, okay, first, can you see fractions in the question? Fraction. Well, let's have a think. If you have b squared minus 4ac, well, I keep involving fraction. It's doable. Like, you can't do this by directly using ABC values. Instead, we can times 2 on everything first. We can times 2 on everything first. Okay, times 2 on this term, times 2 on this term, and times 2 on this term. And make that equals to 0. Because 0 times 2 is still 0. So I'll times 2 on everything first. That's still the same equation. You will have still solve out the same x value. So in this case, what a equals to? B, C, 9. Okay, discriminant will be b squared minus 4ac. That's minus 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 9. 36 minus 36. That equals to 0. Okay, discriminant is 0. What that means? There's one solution only. There's one solution only. So x will equals to minus b is 6 plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac, which is 0, over 2a, which is 2. So x equals to 3 only. 6 plus 0, 6 minus 0 is still 0. Well, still 6, not 0. 6 divided by 2, you have 3. Okay, this example, 3 examples show you 3 cases, 1 solution, 2 solutions, and no solution. Okay, that's the 3 different cases. Alright, let's have a look at the next question. That's very important. Very important. Okay, the way we're trying to do this. Well, let's do this first, and then I will show you another example. I'll show you another example. Okay, first, for what values of k does this equation will has 1 solution, 2 solutions, and no solution? Well, you know that different k values will give you different b squared minus 4ac value and will give you different number of solutions. Well, let's say if we need no solution, what we required? A negative of what? That needs to be negative. The triangle needs to be negative. One solution, what do we need? And what do we need for two solutions? Bigger than 0. Okay, what is this triangle? B squared minus 4AC. So what is B? K. So K squared minus 4 times what is A? 3. Well, yes or no? 3. C? Minus 1. C is minus 1. So what the triangle gives you? K squared plus 12. That's your triangle, okay? That's your triangle. Okay, let's have a think about this triangle. The first question asks us, the triangle needs to be less than 0. So I need K squared plus 12 to be less than 0. Is that possible? Is that possible? K squared plus 12 wants to be less than 0. No. K squared is already greater or equals to 0. And you plus a 12. Well, K squared is already a positive number, right? Well, it doesn't matter what K take. You square it. It must be a positive number or 0. And plus a 12, it makes it even positive. So you never have a value for K can make that equation to be less than 0. So the answer will be no such K value. No such K value. So for part A, 3x squared plus kx minus 1 equals to 0 can never has no solution. Well, regardless what is the K value, your equation can never has no solution. You always have some solution. Well, it doesn't matter what K value you take, there always be value, like always have solution. Always have solution. Because your discriminant can never be less than 0. Your discriminant is impossible to get less than 0. Because your discriminant is K squared plus 12. Okay, never less than 0. Doesn't matter what the K value is. So you always have more than 0 solutions. Let's have a look at B. What's the question? There's no such K value. Like, doesn't matter what K values you take, A cannot be true. Like, there's no solutions in K. Like, no solution for K, but not for X. Your X will always have more than one solution, more than 0 solutions. Okay, you're looking for K, not for X. Your X can always find a value, but your K, there's no such K can make 0 solutions. Okay. So for B, one solution need K squared plus 12 to equals to 0. Is that possible? No. It's still positive. Like K squared, the minimum value K is 0. Okay, K is 0. And then you plus a 12. You make a minimum 12 for this question. So therefore, we have no such K in this case as well. There's no such K value. There's no such K value. There will never have only one solution. There's always have two solutions. So 3x squared plus kx minus 1 equals to 0 can never has one solution for x. Okay, for x. Okay, for C, C need k squared plus 12 to be greater than 0, right? To be greater than 0. Well, if I need greater than 0, what k can make that greater than 0? Anything, doesn't matter. So k can be any number. 3x plus kx minus 1 equals to 0 always has two solutions. Does that make sense? Well, this equation doesn't matter regardless of k value. It always has two solutions. So any k value is fine to give two solutions. Alright, let's just change this question a little bit. I don't really like this question because it's not really fun. Let me make this k squared plus 3x plus 1 or minus 1 equals to 0. I just change the k and 3. Just change that. I change the question to that. And the question was still like that. At what k value have no solution, one solution, or two solutions? Exactly same question, just change the equation. Just change the equation. Change the equation, swap 3 and k. Okay, swap 3 and k. So I still want to know what k values can give me no solution, one solution, or two solutions. So no solution applies discriminant less than 0. One solution applies discriminant equals to 0. Two solutions apply discriminant greater than 0. So, okay, here. What's the discriminant? What's the discriminant? Yeah, B is what? 3 squared minus 4 times A, K, C, negative 1. So it's 9 plus 4k, correct? 9 plus 4k, that's the discriminant. Okay, in A, I want no solution. No solution will give that discriminant less than 0. So 9 plus 4k will less than 0 because discriminant is 9 plus 4k and it is less than 0. 4k less than negative 9, k less than negative 9 over 4. So for k less than 9 over 4, you will have no solution in this question. Does that make sense? Yes? I need discriminant less than 0 to have no solution. Well, it's going backwards. in discriminant less than 0, I will have no solution. Now I want no solution. I need to see what k value can gives me discriminant less than 0. B, one solution. One solution will give that discriminant equals to 0. Will indicate that is equals to 0. Otherwise, you won't have one solution. Therefore, 9 plus 4k will equal to 0. Okay, that will equal to 0. So 4k equals to minus 9, k equals to minus 9 on 4. So only one k value can give you that there's only one solution. C is asking two solutions. That is asking two solutions. If I want two solutions, discriminant must be greater than 0. Nine plus 4k greater than 0. 4k greater than minus 9, k greater than minus 9 over 4. K greater than 9 over 4, minus 9 over 4. So for those k values, you will have two solutions. Okay. One last thing I want to talk about is, one last thing, as I tell you before, like you won't really check, give you a squared plus bx plus c and ask you whether it can be factorized. Ask you whether it can be factorized. Well, before what we do is find completing the square, right? Completing the square first and to see if it's a plus or a minus. Okay, now in this case, check discriminant. If discriminant less than 0, it will directly tells you cannot be factorized. It will directly tells you cannot be factorized. If you just want to know whether it can be factorized or you want to test yourself, well, even though this question says like completing the square and state whether it can be factorized or not, you can use this method to check, to make sure what is your answer, yes or no first. That's like a checking process. And then you go to complete the square and you will be more confident about like your answer. So any question you have, find the discriminant first. And then you will know whether this can be factorized or not. If not, just you know like you can't factorize. And then you just keep doing the question. Your final answer should match with this result. Should match with this result.